So 9.2.5 has been out for days, and you may have noticed that some of the old storylines have reached some really interesting conclusions. Teldrassil was burned, the Night Warrior was absolutely useless. However, a prediction made some time ago proved to be right, as that Queen's Gift cinematic that we have data mined months ago is almost exactly what we had speculated previously. We got this literal god-made seed infused by Night Elven souls to be used by Tyrande. However, let's talk about what even is this seed, what do they plan to do with it, and are we getting a brand new Teldrassil? Because with the new info, all things are pointing that this heart of the new Night Elven civilization will be planted on the Dragon Isles in Dragonflight.
The roots will heal in time, as will the entire world.
It is important to note that world trees are not just massive trees where the Night Elves just choose to live, but in the lore, they're incredibly important sources of power that connect multiple realms across completely different planes of existence. For example, the world trees are connected to the Emerald Dream, which is how the old gods managed to create the anomaly that is the Emerald Nightmare and to corrupt it. Even more importantly, as we had just learned about Ardenweald and how it is just one major cycle of life and death, it is obvious that there is also a connection between the world trees and this afterlife realm. We have seen wild gods in Ardenweald regenerating and then coming back to the material plane, and they also spend time in the Emerald Dream, so there is quite an obvious connection. Teldrassil was actually a really young world tree. Nordrassil, on the other hand, was a lot older, but it was used to stop Archimon and the Burning Legion invasion back in Warcraft 3, and you have seen just how much power there is in this massive tree. However, Sylvanas decided to burn it, not so much for the power itself, but mainly because the Night Elven civilization gathered around Teldrassil, which meant a lot of souls would empower the jailer and it would spark the new conflict. So, long story short, this ended up being completely lame. Tyrande took on this crazy forbidden dark form only to choke an undead that don't even use air and to literally not do anything because Elune just denied her power. Then all of a sudden she started talking about renewal and she was promised a lot, and at the time this seemed like the lamest culmination of all time. But now with 9.2.5 released and this new storyline, it is starting to make some sense. It adds a lot of context to this storyline. So, you have no doubt seen the newest cinematic that was just released. Essentially, Tyrande made the judgment in place of the Arbiter and sent Sylvanas to dig out the souls out of the maw, while she now reconvenes in Ardenweald, and a big event happens with the Winter Queen. Now, this is something a lot of us had speculations and thoughts about, and it went anywhere from Night Elves being completely resurrected to them making a sacrifice, and the latter happened. So, the Night Elven souls found their place in Ardenweald, and there they could all spend a peaceful afterlife being one with the nature, but instead they, as the victims of the burning of Teldrassil, decided to sacrifice their souls, their anima, in order to empower a magic seed created by the Winter Queen, known as the Queen's Gift, which was given to Tyrande, as you may have seen in the cinematic. While this amounted to a really cool looking cinematic and a seemingly really important seed, you may be wondering, what even is this seed? Sure, it is filled with Night Elven souls created by the Sister of Elune, but what are they going to do with it, and what will happen to the future of the Night Elves? Luckily, we don't have to go crazy with speculations because we do have some answers right away. If you follow the questline, there was a conversation that happens between Tyrande and Ysera, and you may remember from the start of Shadowlands what happened to Ysera. She was saved by the Winter Queen from complete destruction of her soul due to the drought, and now she is bound to the realm. Tyrande says that she needs to return, and if needed, she's ready to pay any price, but Ysera confirms what we have known before and that she is actually bound to this realm. However, she gives us a really strong and interesting hint. Apparently, she can leave, but only with a great sacrifice, and that if Elune wills it, she will soar the skies of Azeroth once again, which gives some really strong Dragonflight hints, maybe even hinting to the end of the expansion and possible Elune involvement. Tyrande says she is ready to give this sacrifice to Ysera, but she denies it. Now, all of this is in regards to Ysera's future and obvious Dragonflight story development, but let's also discuss the seed. Ysera says that this seed has been touched by the Emerald Dream as well as Ardenweald, and that it is really special as it is a symbol of a crucial balance between life and death. She says that it needs to be protected at all costs, and the Tyrande needs to deliver it to her daughter Meritra, and Meritra will know where to keep it safe. Now, this is where the 9.2.5 conversation ends, but this gives us some really big spoilers for the future, most importantly, Dragonflight. As you might know, Blizzard confirmed that the daughter of Ysera will be present on the Dragon Isles, and there will be an entire storyline there and a zone related to the Green Dragonflight, and they even more importantly, confirmed that Tyrande will also play a crucial role in the future. So when you put 2 and 2 together, you might kind of see where this is leading. It is almost certain that there won't be a new Teldrassil, at least in the place where Teldrassil was in the past, but it is highly likely that this new seed will be planted on the Dragon Isles where the new heart of the Night civilization may be created. Of course, it is still too early to say whether this will be a full-blown world tree, a new Doronsmovies or something else, but we can only speculate, of course. In my opinion, this is the perfect opportunity to continue the Night Elven storyline, as Blizzard confirmed that the entire focus of the expansion will be on the Dragon Isles and not the rest of Azeroth. We won't really see any significant revamps to the rest of the planet, which means the future of the Night Elves is on this new continent. Now, 2 scenarios could happen here in my opinion. Either this seed will be used as a source of power to save Azeroth, as there are heavy hints of Azeroth awakening and something really big happening there, so this might be the same idea as our artifact weapons were in Legion. It could be a significant source of power that will ultimately save the world's soul. However, while cool on first glance, I do think this would be lame. The Night Elves really don't need to sacrifice anymore. They have been doing nothing but sacrificing these past few years. Seeing that the Night Elven souls chose to place their souls inside a seed, I think they would much rather prefer a new civilization was created, a new Teldrassil was sprouted where their children could live. So I think it is highly likely that the Night Elves may just be migrating and shifting their culture from Kalimdor to the Dragon Isles. There have already been hints from some Night Elven refugees being removed from Stormwind in the patch, so I can totally see a scenario where we help out the Green Dragons, and due to the connection between Ysera and Tyrande, a new world tree is created where the Night Elves will settle. This could totally be an entire patch of Dragonflight. Overall, this could mean huge things for the lore, as the Night Elves have been centered around Kalimdor for thousands and thousands of years, and this would also for the first time be a new capital for the playable race. They already confirmed that the zones on Dragon Isles will be bigger than anything ever before, so there will no doubt be a lot of room for the Night Elves to settle there, to live together with the Green Dragons. Even more importantly, this could be a hint for the story development in Dragonflight, as now with these conversations and the fact that we already know Tyrande will play a big role, we know that more than likely Ysera will also play some sort of a crucial role alongside the Loon, which, while it doesn't really make the story clear, at least it can point us into a direction of how Dragonflight will progress once it is out. Thank you for watching. Check out how the Forsaken took over Undercity by clicking on the screen, and check out Doran's Academy for videos on real world history. See you next time.